everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's Blunt's Eagles going up against David Johnson's Cardinals.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Pardon me, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now Wentz. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A gain of 32 that time. Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Second and goal to go now. Here's Blunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And able to find John Brown. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Carr now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Barnett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Carr throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And now it's second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. They're trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And from the 3 now, it's second and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the...
And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fletcher Cox getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So the sack on first down there by the defense. And now it's second down. In his own end zone, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. To throw from his end zone, Carr. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On play action, it's Carr. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Johnson on the counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Flushed out right. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustment.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. William Hayes. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox Continuing to fight downfield, the big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. On second down, here's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the toss, here's Johnson. They find some open field here. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from the desert after this. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. From the 4-yard line, it's first and goal now. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Working from the gun. Wentz to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Trucks over him. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Get down, get down. Who's right? Coming for you, son.
On first down, Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Carr escaping the pressure right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now a play fake. Carr. Finding some room at midfield. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Carr now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Looking to throw on second down. Carr And this one caught by Max Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing his car on third down. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Wentz going to throw. Ertz has it left side. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's second down. To throw again. Carr got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because You've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
To throw his Carr, dancing to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it, fumble, and the Eagles have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, it's Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 29. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. And he is knocked down from the side near the 34-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this. Where they just...
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's Carr. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Wentz going to give this one to Blunt. And he's got some space here. And now running right through it. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run again with Blunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
15 yards through the air and a first down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let it fly. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
To throw, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver, and it's third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Smith catches left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. William Hayes in there to get him his 2nd sack now in the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. Screen pass to Blunt. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Eagles, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.